Hi guys, this is Demon Rants, and today this isn't like any kind of scripted video or anything. It's just something I felt like doing right now because I wanted to do for quite a while, and it is my Dead or Alive games collection. Because I know you don't know this, but Dead or Alive is like one of my favorite fighting games, and it's easily I think I'd say it was my third favorite fighting game, just behind Tekken. Obviously, we all know that, and Mortal Kombat. I would have said Street Fighter, but the thing is, I do like Street Fighter and everything like that, especially Street Fighter 3. But the thing is, I can't play it. It's too hard for me to play. So, but Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and Dead or Alive are like easily, accessible to me. So yeah, they're definitely in my top three. But Dead or Alive, I always just loved it. I love the games and everything like that. So I felt like doing a video on them and talking about, the series and the games in my collection. But anyway, before we start, I just want to mention, the only games that I don't have on me are Dead or Alive 5, which I still need to get. I'm probably going to get Last Round on PS4, but I mean, there's barely any games that I've even playing on my PS4. I mean, I have Mortal Kombat X, but I haven't even started that yet because of the whole Mortal Kombat XL, and I was stupid and I bought the regular Mortal Kombat X instead. But whatever. I think they give you the DLC characters for free, I guess. But put that in the comment section, please, if you know this. All the characters like Jason and Predator and all them guys. But anyway. And, Dead or Alive 5, I still need to get that game. I like the graphics and everything, and I'll get Last Round. And also, I don't have the Extreme games, because they're just a bit kind of weird. I mean, if you want that kind of stuff, just use the internet. I mean, don't pay to see, fake women's jiggle physics while playing, volleyball. I'm not hating on the games or anything, but they're just kind of way too weird for me and everything. And that's another reason why I didn't get Dead or Alive 5 straight away when I found out about it, is because it's just this all the stuff from the Extreme games have kind of just gotten into it, kind of combined with Dead or Alive 5, and all the weird DLC fetish costumes, and it's just kind of weird. Also, I'd like to mention, Itagaki, left. Tomonobu Itagaki left. He didn't make the fifth game, and I think Itagaki really helped the games. Sure, he was a bit of a dick, and Devil's Third didn't exactly help his reputation as a game developer. But I always thought, him and Dead or Alive, they had something special. He gave the games personality. But anyways, I'm going to show you the very first game in the series. Well, it's been 3 minutes and I've just talked about them. But I just wanted to let you know how impactful they've been to me, and if you like the games too. But anyway, this is the first game in the series. It's on the PlayStation 1, and it is just Dead or Alive. Now, right here, guys, this is my fighting game, Virginity. The first fighting game I ever played. And I was absolutely crap at it. Heck, I couldn't even beat the game until a couple years later. And I think that's because I was too stupid to realise as a kid about difficulty settings, but whatever. So on the front here we have Zack, who's one of my favourite characters because of how crazy he is. I mean, his weird alien costume, Teletubby costume. And Tina, who I actually prefer her as a brunette. I don't know if it's because I prefer brunettes over blondes. But I kind of wish that she would have stuck this way, but what are you going to do? Fan service, Dead or Alive, all the kind of stuff on the back here. Also, I'd like to mention that this game is also on the Sega Saturn as well. There's an arcade version. We're going to touch upon that later with Dead or Alive Ultimate. But yeah, I actually didn't have this. This isn't like the game I've always had with me. And I used to just have a copied disc, like a pirated disc of it. But I found it in a shop one day. It was quite cheap, so I decided to get it and have a go on it again. I'll just try and open it up. I know I didn't do this with the Tekken games and everything like that, and I'm sorry about that. When I finally do my collection videos from all my consoles, I'll do it eventually and show the discs. But yeah, it didn't come with a manual, unfortunately. There's the disc, Tecmo. But yeah, Dead or Alive, a classic game. Oh, sorry. The bad thing about these PS1 games is that the covers aren't that good for them. See, look, the paper's coming out of it now and stuff. But anyway, Dead or Alive 1. Nothing too special. Basically, the game is like Virtua Fighter, but nerfed. The controls are like far easier than Virtua Fighter. They aren't as finicky or, you know, whatever you'd call them. Sorry to offend any Virtua Fighter fans here, but I've never really liked the games. I had Virtua Fighter 4 though. But anyways, so that was Dead or Alive 1. Now I'm going to move to the successor, Dead or Alive 2. It came out in 2000, and I didn't know this, but this was like one of the first PS2 games. It was a launch title. That was along with Tekken Tag Tournament 1. So, yeah. On the back, you can definitely tell this is when the series was getting a bit more explicit, in a way. You know, jiggle physics and bikinis and shit like that. But, yeah, this game, you know, the graphics aren't like, I guess for the time they were pretty good, and I like the feature of, this was like the first fighting game, I think, actually no, Soul Calibur did it, sorry, but it was like one of those fighting games where you can like move around the environment and everything like that. It reminds me a lot of Tekken 4, and this game, you know, obviously came out, I guess 2 years before it, oh yeah, because that was 2002, this is just 2000, but yeah, classic game, obviously it's the Platinum Hits version. The only other Platinum Hits game I have is Gran Turismo 3. But, yeah. Ooh. There's the manual. The manual is quite explicit, in a way. I mean, not that it should be banned or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Dead or Alive, beach volleyball style stuff in there. It's kind of crazy. It's platinum disc, memory card. I don't know what's on that memory card, but it's not the one I use. But yeah, I don't really play this game as much because I have the more enhanced version of Dead or Alive 2 with me right now. But yeah, I felt like getting it as well when I saw it in that shop, because I saw this before once in another shop, in like a charity shop, because I recognised it. I thought, oh, that's Dead or Alive 1. I love Dead or Alive 1, I should get this, but for some reason I didn't. Which, I think I was a kid or something. I don't know why I didn't get this game. But I have it with me now, just to show you that it's a classic. The next one is definitely... also, I'd like to mention that the game is actually on the Dreamcast as well. There isn't really that much of a graphical difference between the Dreamcast and the PS2 version, because, you know, it's early PS2. The graphics weren't as good as it got eventually. I mean, look at God of War. But, yeah, you know, still looks pretty good, and it's on the Dreamcast if you want it. It's up there with Soul Calibur. And this is the game that got the creator, you know, through... Tomonobu Itagaki. He went through depression because of this game, apparently, because you know, while he was developing, there was a big bug, and because he wanted to create it in time for the PS2's launch, the game was already set out, and the Japanese version of this game was apparently really buggy, so he apparently cried and pretty much went through depression and started drinking and alcoholism and all that kind of stuff. And guess what? The only thing that could get him through it was watching, he used to watch movies and stuff like that, and apparently he watched Armageddon, you know, the 1998 movie. He watched it 100 times, like over 100 times in like a period of a month. And his wife eventually got sick of it, and his daughter and everything like that. I think he has a daughter. But yeah, and that pretty much got him through depression. And then we're going to get into the next game, another great element that started with Dead or Alive 3. Also, Tomonobu Itagaki is one of those, you know, he's one of the most notorious, you know, Japanese game developers, because he actually preferred Xbox over PlayStation, because he thought that, you know, Xbox was more powerful and everything like that. So, up until Dead or Alive 5, obviously because he didn't develop it, all the games were Xbox exclusive, starting from this one, Dead or Alive 3, which I felt is actually my favourite one in the series. I feel it to be the most special to me. And the cover, we have, oh yeah, sorry to mention before, that's Kasumi on the front. She's kind of like the Ryu of the series, if you know what I mean. You know, Ryu from Street Fighter. He's like the character that's always in the games and stuff. Kasumi's a bit like that. She's always like been the main sort of character, the main character to represent Dead or Alive as a whole. And I like her. I think she's cute. I think, what's her name? Fang Li or something? I can't remember the characters. They're not as memorable as Tekken. But yeah, Dead or Alive 3, that's, what's his, oh my god, I've forgotten his name, but you know, you know, the Bruce Lee guy, you know, he does the same kind of, wah, and all that kind of stuff. He's a bit like martial law. And, Tina's got that ass in the background. I didn't notice that until somebody pointed it out. But yeah, another Xbox Classics version. I kind of wish that I got the normal version, but what am I going to do? The game works fine, so. And everything on the back there also. Because, you know, don't want to miss a thing. You know, that song, you know, the song I sung was actually from Armageddon, made by Aerosmith. And because Tomonobu Itagaki, you know, that song moved him so much, he decided to put Aerosmith songs in the game. And I think 9 Lives is in this game. And I'm quite a big Aerosmith fan. I like them. I think they're cool. And I kind of wish that more fighting games had this feature where, you know, like bands, famous bands in real life could play in fighting games. I mean, we could have like Tekken 7 and it could have like Metallica songs in it. That would be awesome, you know. And also in time for the new album that's coming out, you know, we could have like the intro of Tekken 7 could have Fuel in it, you know. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me all I can desire, boom! And you could just have all the characters, you know, kicking the crap out of each other. So Itagaki was definitely, you know, a developer that was inspired by, you know, Western media and everything like that, rather than Japanese media. But anyways, graphics for this game, it came out in 2001. It was actually a launch title for the original Xbox, but the graphics here still look superb and everything like that. It almost looks like a 360 game. It isn't as good as the next one we're going to get to next in terms of graphics, but it still looks really good. The controls, solid. They feel really nice with the original Xbox controller. By the way, I still have my original Xbox. And yeah, it's just a classic game. But the boss is a pain in the ass, though, in this game. Like, basically, he's this big samurai guy, and the camera angle changes so it's behind your body. So you have to, like, sidestep his missiles that he throws at you. Then you have to get close up to him and punch him. So he's pretty annoying, that guy. But yeah, there's inside of it. Also, the new character that was introduced. The new characters that were introduced in this game was Christy. She's kind of I think she was, like, the first villain female in the series, you know, the first female in the series to be a villain. Also, she's British as well, which is pretty good, you know. Represent my nation, you know what I mean. And other characters, I think Hitomi was introduced. She's pretty cute. And Brad Wong, oh my god, Brad Wong, yeah, I love that guy. I mean, he was like what Baraichu from the 3D Mortal Kombat games. He was what Baraichu should have been. I mean, Baraicho, I think his name is, from Mortal Kombat. He's pretty much like, uses the drunken fist. He's like Lei Wulong, but he's pretty much disgusting. I mean, he pukes on the place and uses fart moves, and it's just gross. I think they've changed it in the Mortal Kombat X, which I hope so. But Brad Wong is simply just, you know, a party animal. He's like this Chinese monk guy, but he uses the drunken fist style, which kind of reminds me of Lei Wulong. And I love Brad Wong. He has to be my favourite character in Dead or Alive. And Dead or Alive 3 was the one that introduced him. So yeah, one of my favourite original Xbox games. And I think I mentioned all of it. So Aerosmith was introduced. And yeah. And next we have, this isn't technically a sequel, but it's like an expansion kind of. A remake, I guess like a remake, and what would you call it? Remastered version. But yeah, here we go. This is Dead or Alive Ultimate. Again for the original Xbox. That's only on Xbox this time. Actually, I think there's a PC version out for this, but it's rare. But a download, I mean. But anyways, yeah, Dead or Alive Ultimate. This game is essentially Dead or Alive 1 and 2 remastered. Dead or Alive 1 in this pack. It's just a copy of the arcade version. I mean, they didn't even copy the Sega Saturn version or anything like that, which is what they should have done. But Dead or Alive 2 has pretty much been remade from the ground up, and that's the main part of this little pack here. And, you know, this is why I didn't talk about 2 as much. I'm going to talk about it here. You know, the graphics here are just superb. I mean, it looks like a Xbox 360 game. It looks that good. It really pushed the power of the Xbox to its limits. And also powered the graphics in other reasons. You know, put the age limit to 99. You get what I mean, Dead or Alive fans. But anyway, the graphics are superb. You know, the environments were like way more improved. I like the character models. I think Kasumi looks a lot better in this game than Dead or Alive 3. She's one of my favourite girls in the series. I like Helena as well. And I mean, they're all just wonderful. But she has good gameplay. But, yeah, I think this is actually is my straight up favourite original Xbox game anyway, as a whole. But, yeah, I think that's Aerosmith again. I mean, that's the same picture. I mean, they didn't even change it. But yeah, see, that's the kind of beach volleyball stuff that the series changed into. But yeah, this used to have online years ago and all that kind of stuff. Now, a difference between this one and the North American one is that the American one had like a full-on cardboard box with it, and you opened it and it had like two separate layers, while this one just has the Dead or Alive 1 disc on the Dead or Alive 2 disc. So yeah, I honestly prefer it this way. But yeah, that's definitely the best one to play. I mean, straight up, I mean, like, I kind of like 100%ed this game in a way. You know, when you play this, you know, the arcade mode with every character, and I unlocked the Tengu boss, who's I forgot to mention in the normal Dead or Alive 2, but he's pretty much this, like, you know, one of those Tengu guys is like a guy that flies around. He's like a yokai, and he has like wings, and he flies around, and he has this big ass nose, and yeah, he pretty much like beat me straight away. But once I unlocked him, I really liked him and everything like that. So, yeah. Hold on. But yeah, you know, what was I saying about the Tengu? Yeah, pretty much the way you unlock him is that you have to, like, you know, play every character in the story mode. And yeah, this game definitely did improve on the customization. Dead or Alive 3, that's one of the only things I didn't like about it. Well, not customization, I mean outfits. Dead or Alive 3 made the outfits and everything really hard to unlock. I mean, they had this feature where you had to, like, find silver Xboxes in the survival mode, but I think the only way you could find them is if you got to, like, level 20 on survival, and I'm terrible at survival mode, so that's kind of a shame, really. And the American version got booster packs where you can get them for free. You don't even have to play it. That came with the Xbox magazine years ago. But this game right here adds all the, you know, the outfits back and everything once you finish the story mode, if you keep completing it. So I'm happy about that. Also, since I have Dead or Alive 3 as well, because if you have a Dead or Alive 3, you know, save file, you can actually play as Hitomi. Hitomi is actually available in this game, which actually wasn't in the original Dead or Alive 2. So yeah, it's definitely a bigger improvement. Obviously, it's a remaster of the regular one, but it just improves on Dead or Alive 3 as well in all aspects. Also, sorry guys about inside of it. I don't have the manual for this game, which is a shame. I'll try and track it down, but I've got the game and it works, so that's fine. We've got Zack again. That's, you know, Ryu Hayabusa from the Ninja Gaiden games. I think that's Tina. And Kasumi again. So yeah, love this game. Probably my favourite original Xbox game. Now we're kind of going to end this video on a more bitter note. Obviously, before I'll get Dead or Alive 5 eventually. I probably won't play it that much, but if I want to complete the series, then yeah. But we're going to end this on a bitter note, a disappointing game, and that is Dead or Alive 4. My god, like, I mean, this was like one of the games I got with my Xbox 360. I decided to buy one eventually, because I decided that I didn't want to, like, be a PS3 fanboy anymore, so I bought a 360. I got Crackdown, I think I did get Gears of War. I'm not right sure, but I did get this game. And man, it disappointed me. Yeah, sure, the gameplay is improved and the graphics look really good. I like some of the characters I like. That's Lisa. She's like a Lucha Libre character. I also like this cover as well. It has all the characters surrounding it. It kind of reminds me of like a Star Wars cover. But anyway, that's about it really. I mean, it improves on the gameplay standpoint. But man, this game is balls to the wall hard. I mean, okay, I don't want that to sound wrong or anything like that, but man, this game is difficult. I mean, Itagaki clearly made this game to screw with people. Also, I think this was one of the first 360 games. I think it was a launch title. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, I'll tell you how hard this game is. I mean, this is definitely not for beginners of the series who want to start playing it. As I'll tell you right now, there isn't an easy mode. The default difficulty mode is normal and hard and then very hard. And even then I think the normal mode is just hard mode. I think they really messed up the difficulty settings in this game. That's the back of it. Which clearly shows, you know, how much of a douche he could be, Itagaki. But he left now. He made not Dead or Alive. He made Ninja Gaiden 2. That game was balls to the wall hard as well. Then he left for years and then came back for Devil's Third on the Wii U, which sucked. But anyway, that's one of the new characters. I forgot about her. She's one of my favourites. Kokoro. She's pretty. But yeah, that's the disc. But yeah, I was actually really excited for this game. I was kind of enjoying it. But man, this game is just way too hard, and I stopped enjoying it. And I can tell you one reason why. Alpha, I think she's called 152. But yeah, anyway, the boss in this game, Alpha, she's pretty much like a green hologram, clone of Kasumi. My god, that boss is like straight up impossible. I still haven't finished the story mode of this game. You might say, oh, I'm a noob, I should get good if I'm good at the other games in the series. Well, I don't know what they did, but she's pretty much impossible to fight. She teleports everywhere, and when she hits you, she takes like half of your health bar away. And it's just annoying. It's just not fun to play in them kind of aspects. And there's loads of like characters you can unlock and everything. You can unlock Genfu, you can unlock Helena, and even you can actually unlock Spartan Nicole, and she's pretty much like a female version of Master Chief from Halo. And I can't do any of that because I can't beat the game. It's too hard. So overall, it was a disappointment, which is really a shame actually. I thought I was going to like this game. It did look like the other ones in the series. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just like a rundown of my games in the series. I'll let you know when I get 5. I'll let you know when I get it eventually. But I just hope that it's better than this crap. Well, I guess that's kind of unfair to be calling it that. I mean, every other aspect of it's pretty good. But they made the difficulty way too hard. And it wasn't nearly as good as, Dead or Alive 2 and 3. So overall was a disappointment. But anyways, that's just a run. That's just showing you all of the games I have. Also, another thing I forgot about Dead or Alive Ultimate is that the intro is obviously, it's a brand new intro and everything. It actually has Dream On by Aerosmith in the intro, which is one of their favourite songs. One of their best songs in my opinion. I love Aerosmith. So, yeah. But that's it really. I think Dead or Alive 4 also had an Aerosmith song. I can't remember one. I can't remember it exactly. But yeah, Dead or Alive, a series that I find kind of underrated. People kind of just remember it because of the perverted, volleyball kind of stuff, which is a shame. But if you look at it, in detail, it is a really good fighting series. Even though 4 was a disappointment, the other games in the series are pretty great. And overall, my favourite would definitely be Dead or Alive Ultimate, because it is just 1 and 2, or 2 especially, remastered. And anybody can pick it up and play. So these games are just great for multiplayer. But I don't think they're as good as other fighters because the characters aren't as good. But people mainly like these games for the women. So yeah, Mortal Kombat has gore. Dead or Alive has the women in it. So yeah. But anyways, that's kind of been it's still been kind of a long video, but it's just to show you my love of the games and everything like that. I'll let you know when I get 5, which is definitely going to be the last round on PS4, because there might be some good online stuff there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Tell me your thoughts on the series. Tell me, who's your favourite character, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff, which games do you have? Tell me any ways I can actually beat Dead or Alive 4, because that boss is so cheap and crappy. My god, I mean, that boss, she makes Azazel look like you're fighting a chicken. I mean, hard. Way too hard, man. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And goodbye. I'll see you in the next video, which should be my albums. My top 10 favourite albums. By the way, I haven't really been making videos that much because I've been having exams. So this video's been okay. Anyway, thank you. For now. But anyway, thank you for watching and goodbye. Peace.